is there ever going to be an original thought again as well?
Well, I think the space of thoughts is massive, but it comes to this concept of credible neutrality. You can say that maybe as tripped up Ethereum, they want to be credibly neutral versus opinionated. You need to have a gamut of opinionated models to credibly neutral models. But the way that models are trained is, again, very similar to a graduate. We have this thing called curriculum learning, whereby we take a massive data first, and then we make it more and more and more specialized. So you've created your roly-poly model that's a specialized version of a very generalized model, right? That comes through. So ideally, what we want is models to be infrastructure. And there is a great essay by Vitalik, this smart guy, on this, of the revenue evil curve. He says that infrastructure typically needs to be non-rivalrous and non-exclusive. Once you start introducing revenue components, it can rapidly turn evil because you make compromises. Like, we went from fully open source at Stable Diffusion to having a bit of a license, and that messed things up. That's one of the reasons that I decided to start again. Infrastructure should be available to everyone. Everyone should have access to a credibly neutral base AI, and they can do what they want with it. Because if you've got up to high school credibly neutral or transparent, then you can adjust it. If you have an education AI, then only one entity needs to build that education AI. I'm not saying it's a company or an organization. Once you have a government AI, a healthcare AI, it can then proliferate around the world because it's just a few gigabytes that can do the job.